Okay, so I guess I'm gonna read you some fun and games from Clatsop County.
Ms. Eng, a message was sent to you regarding record request 26-142. Ms. Eng, based on your request, you are seeking all public records in the county's possession relating to the following categories, including, where applicable, attachments and enclosures. HR investigation, workplace investigation records regarding the alleged toxic workplace within the within the Clatsop County District Attorney's Office, including any investigation announced in news articles last summer. Okay, I'm gonna put this like, this is kind of cool. I don't want it in my shot. Okay, so records relating to a reported 114K settlement, including settlement documentation and related records. 3, historic reports, complaints, reportedly going back years, including reports that were summarily ignored, and any related internal handling or responses. 4, records concerning workplace relationships with subordinates, including complaints, findings, or related HR documentation. 5, bar complaints relating to attorneys involved, to the extent that such records are in the county's possession. 6, severance packages and related separation documents. 7, tort claim notices and related correspondence or claim handling materials. 8, resignation letters and related separation communications. 9, any other county records pertaining to the public trust, public safety, and equal protection connected to the above. 10, records relating to community concerns that cases may be re-evaluated due to alleged poor judgment by outgoing prosecutors. 11, records referencing alleged Brady violations as reflected in county records. Okay, now computer wants to glitch and do rolling bowling ball because it's old and needs to be replaced. Okay, let's see. Okay, records. Okay, all right. So Oregon law provides for public access to public records subject to exemptions and required redactions. The county will conduct a reasonable search for responsive records. If responsive records exist, the county will produce non-exempt portions and withhold or redact information as permitted or required by law. Without limiting the county's ability to apply additional exemptions as appropriate after review, the following categories of information are commonly subject to withholding and/or redaction under Oregon Public Records Law. Personal, privacy, and personnel-related information. Certain personnel and HR records and information, the disclosure of which would constitute an unreasonable invasion of privacy, may be exempt or subject to redaction. This can include sensitive details about employees, complainants, witnesses, investigations, and third parties. Confidential complainant witness information, names, contact information, and identifying details of complainants, witnesses, and victims may be withheld or redacted where disclosures would invade privacy or otherwise be protected. Protected personal identifiers. The county will redact personal data such as home addresses, personal phone numbers, personal email addresses, dates of birth, driver license numbers, social security numbers, medical information, and similar identifiers. Attorney-client privilege communications and attorney work product, legal advice, litigation strategy, and related privileged materials may be exempt from disclosure. Records related to claims, litigation, or settlement negotiations, certain pre-decisional claim handling materials. Negotiation communications and legal evaluations may be exempt. Final settlement agreements are often disclosable, but may require redaction of protected personal information and other exempt material depending on the content. Criminal case materials and prosecutorial records. Some records connected to criminal investigations or prosecutions may be exempt or restricted, and some materials may be governed by criminal procedure / discovery rules rather than public records disclosure. The county will review any such records carefully for applicable protections. Information subject to other confidentiality laws. If any responsive records are confidential under other state or federal laws, the county will withhold them as required. If the county withholds records or portions of records, the county will provide a written explanation identifying the basis for withholding redaction to the extent required by law. Please note that the county may charge fees reasonably calculated to reimburse its actual cost of responding to this public records request, including staff time spent locating, reviewing, compiling, redacting, and producing responsive records, as permitted under Oregon Revised Statute 192.324, Section 4. The estimated staff time to complete your request is County Council staff time at $130 an hour for 3 hours, total $393. HR Director staff time at $104 an hour times 3 hours, total $312. Grand total $705. If our estimate is higher than actual costs, we will issue you a refund. If our estimate is less than the actual time it takes to fulfill your request, we will stop work and send you an updated invoice. If you would like to narrow your public records request to reduce fees, please let us know. We are happy to work with you. There are 4 ways to pay the estimated fee. Cash, bring your cash to Clatsop County Executive Offices at 800 Exchange Suite 410. Check, mail or bring your check to the above address. Credit card by phone, 833-325-6251 to pay by credit card over the phone. Please provide your public records request number 25- credit card online, public.pointandpay.net collect partner Clatsop Co. Click select an item and choose public records request. Enter your request number. Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody finds this interesting at all. It's helping me to read it. Click continue to provide your payment details. Click continue. If paying by credit card, a fee will be charged at the time of payment. If we do not hear back from you about narrowing your request, or if you do not provide full payment in 60 days of making your initial request, this public records request will be closed. Please let us know if you have questions. And then again, they had closed it because they felt like it wasn't specific enough, and then reopened it. And I'm assuming that 60 days could be the reopening date, not today's date, which I think that might have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I've been laughing a lot because I think $705 for information about the district attorney is a lot. And I've been making lots of jokes about it, including considering writing a song about the lack of accountability. But it's really important, actually. It's not a joke. It's not a joke because it pertains to how my friends are treated, how their cases go, whether or not they're treated fairly, whether or not there's like a high amount of professionalism in the office, whether or not people's careers are ruined, whether or not we have gender equity, whether or not perpetrators face actual consequences, whether or not taxpayer money is going towards quality service. And so I do think somebody should help me pay it. I really don't want to trim it down. I could just say, oh, like, I was immediately like, well, can you give me a $40 version, like the Cliff Notes version? But that's not what I want. And didn't think of all the types of things I could do with that much money. And now that I read it more carefully, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're retaining the right to up the fees at any moment and just stop work. It's like basically they want a blank check, which it would be nice to have a little more financial wiggle room. But anybody who's interested in Clatsop County transparency or what's going on with the district attorney's office, I can think of a lot of people who would be interested, and I thought of bringing it down to council. And I thought of, like, my best response would be to, like, ask them some more records requests and just start piling up fees as the annoying person with some, like, outstand. I mean, maybe I'm thinking of Ryan Shapiro with his public records requests. It just would be good to have some money to throw around, but I think it might actually be intriguing to other people. I did immediately think, we'll call the newspaper, because where's Katie Frankovitz, or is she in, like, how much is their budget for this type of thing? I mean, as soon as I got it, I tried to get Ron Brown's bar fees to the Daily Historian, and they didn't even, or no, bar complaints, they didn't even care. Like, it's just too esoteric and nerdy, basically. But I'm boiling artichokes, so I've got to stick to. I love it that nobody showed up for this whole web stream. Yay! And I don't know why my old computer's acting goofy. I'm tired of it. Okay.